Ladies and gentlemen, Raider Nation, can you believe this? In a season where the Silver and Black are clawing their way back into the playoff hunt, out of the shadows of that powerhouse Kansas City Chiefs dynasty, emerges a local hero who's sacking quarterbacks like it's the old Oakland Coliseum days. Fierce, unrelenting, and straight from the heart of Nevada. I'm talking about Jonah Lu, the Las Vegas Raiders' interior defensive lineman who's not just turning heads. He's bulldozing offensive lines and rewriting his own underdog story. What a time to be a Raiders fan! Buckle up, because tonight on Raiders Report, we're diving deep into what's next for this rising star, and trust me, it's got all the makings of a Hollywood blockbuster, complete with plot twists, high-stakes drama, and enough trash-talking intensity to rival any AFC West showdown. Let's start with the buzz that's electrifying Allegiant Stadium right now. If you've been glued to your screens these past 7 weeks, you've seen it. Jonah Lu, the 24-year-old beast from right here in the Silver State, exploding onto the scene. Drafted in the 5th round by the Indianapolis Colts back in 2023, cut before he could even lace up for a preseason snap. Ouch, right? Lu didn't sulk. No, he dusted himself off, signed with the Raiders as an undrafted free agent. Wait, actually, let's get this straight. The Colts waived him, and our boys in black scooped him up like the gem he is. And boy, has he paid dividends. Through those first 7 games of the 2025 season, Lu's already notched 4 sacks from the interior, putting him in the top 5 among defensive tackles league-wide. That's not just good. That's holy cow, did you see that spin move? Territory. He's collapsing pockets, stuffing runs, and even chasing down ball carriers on the perimeter like a heat-seeking missile. Now, let's talk shop, because what head coach Pete Carroll is building in Vegas is nothing short of a defensive renaissance. Pete, the legendary mind who turned the Seahawks into a powerhouse with that Legion of Boom back in the day, jumped ship to the Raiders last offseason. Talk about a seismic shift in the AFC West. And he's got nothing but fire for Lu. I caught up with him after practice this week, and here's what the old maestro had to say. Yeah, I may have said earlier on that when we first came here and are looking through the film and trying to pick out guys and see stuff, I thought he looked like he really showed traits that, why isn't he a starter? And so, we've just treated him like that the whole time that we've talked to him and coached him and set our expectations for him, and he's totally living up to it. Pete's eyes lit up like it was Christmas morning in the desert. He went on, he's playing great football. It's not just size, weight, speed thing. It's his heart, the intensity that he plays with, the technique you saw, great pass rushes over the last couple weeks where he's winning one-on-ones, and he's doing a tremendous job. The plays we liked the most were the perimeter tackles that he made out on the edge, just showing great effort, really complete effort. So, I'm really fired up for him. He's kind of come out of nowhere, and a local kid and all that kind of stuff. It's a great story, but he's doing it by hard work. Robbie's, that's DL coach Rob Leonard, doing a great job with him, and just can't wait to see what happens next. Chills, right? And it's not just Pete singing his praises. Defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, the tactical wizard who's been scheming up nightmares for offenses since his days with the Giants, is right there in the chorus. Graham spotted Lu at a local pro day, no pads, just raw athleticism, and knew this kid had it. I couldn't be happier with where Jonah is right now, Graham told me, leaning back in his chair with that signature grin. We had him in the pro day, the local pro day, him being a local guy. We were impressed with him then. The Indianapolis Colts drafted him, then when they cut him, we got a chance to get him. I mean, on that pro day, without pads on obviously, he displayed the athleticism, the work ethic, everything that you want from a young defensive lineman. Good knee bend, played with his hands, had to clean up a few things, but it was a good project, one to work with. Then when he got here, he was quiet at first, but you could see all the flashes. Flashes? Patrick, my man, those aren't flashes anymore, they're full-on fireworks. Lu's quick first step off the ball is like watching a Ferrari peel out at the strip, and his hand usage? It's surgical, swatting away guards like they're pesky flies at a tailgate. But let's zoom out for a second, because to truly appreciate Lu's surge, we've got to rewind the Raiders tape a bit. Remember, this franchise has a lineage of defensive linemen who could make grown men weep. I'm talking Howie Long, the Hall of Famer who terrorized quarterbacks in the 80s with that Oakland swagger, sacking foes left and right en route to that iconic Super Bowl XVIII victory over the Washington Redskins. Or Greg Townsend, the fireman who lit up the line for 107.5 sacks over his career, anchoring those silver and black squads that defined an era. Fast forward to the Vegas era, After the big move from Oakland in 2020, ditching the Coliseum's ghosts for Allegiant's gleaming dome, the Raiders have been hunting for that next dominant force inside. Last year, we leaned on vets like Christian Wilkins, but injuries and inconsistencies left gaps. Enter Lu, who's filling them with authority. Statistically, his 4 sacks pace interior guys behind only the Jets' Quinnen Williams and the Eagles' Jordan Davis, both perennial Pro Bowlers. And get this, in run defense, Lu's stopping 92% of runs at or behind the line on his snaps, per Pro Football Focus. That's elite. Compared to 2024, when the Raiders ranked 22nd in sacks, we're already up 15% this year, and Lu's owning 12% of that pie himself. It's like he's channeling the spirit of those old Raider greats, but with a modern twist, faster, more explosive, and born right in our backyard. Imagine this, it's 3rd and long against the hated Chargers in Week 10, Justin Herbert dropping back, and boom, Lu bull rushes through the A-gap, strips the ball, and suddenly Max Crosby's scooping it up for a house call. That's the vision, folks. But to make it real, let's bring in some voices from the locker room. I cornered edge rusher Max Crosby after film study. You know Max, the sack machine with 14.5 last season, who's become the face of this defense with his relentless motor. Jonah. Man's a freak, Crosby laughed, towel around his neck, still dripping from the weight room. We were roommates in camp, and I saw it then. Kid's got that quiet fire, like he's plotting world domination between reps. Those one-on-one wins? They're gonna make coordinators lose sleep. If we keep feeding him double teams off the edge looks, watch out, AFC West. Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, we're coming. And from the other side, let's hear from a fan. I chatted with Maria Gonzalez, a die-hard from the original Raider Nation who made the trek from Oakland to Vegas. Honey, when Jonah hit that sack on Monday night against the Broncos, I jumped so high I nearly knocked over my Al Davis poster. He's our homegrown hope, reminds me of when Bo Jackson was running wild. Just win, baby. Maria's got that passion, doesn't she? It's infectious. Tactically speaking, Graham's scheme is the perfect canvas for Lu's talents. We're seeing more twist games up front, where Lu loops inside while tackles like Wilkins crash the edge, creating those one-on-one matchups he feasts on. His 6 feet 4 inches, 285-pound frame isn't just big. It's bendy, with a sub 4.9 40 time that lets him mirror pulls and seal the edges. But it's the intangibles that seal the deal, that heart Pete mentioned. In a league where rookies flame out faster than a bad bet in Vegas, Lu's grinding through the noise, logging 250 snaps already without missing a beat. No major injuries plaguing the D-line this year, thank goodness, knock on that pirate ship wood, but with Adam Butler nursing a tweak, Lu's reps are spiking. And in this brutal AFC West, it's gold. Patrick Mahomes and that no-look magic? Lu's already got a pressure on him from Week 3. Justin Herbert's cannon arm? Sacked twice last matchup. Even Bo Nix's scrambler legs, stuffed cold. This kid's elevating a unit that's gone from middling to menacing, jumping from 18th in points allowed last year to top 10 now. Looking ahead, the crystal ball's glowing bright for Jonah Lu and the Raiders. With 8 games left, if he keeps this pace, say, another 4 or 5 sacks, he's Defensive Rookie of the Year chatter, easy. More than that, he's the anchor for a playoff push. As we wrap this up, Raider Nation, Jonah Lu isn't just next, he's now. He's the spark in this silver and black fire, proving that in the desert, legends aren't born, they're forged in the heat of battle. So grab your tickets for that monster clash with the Chargers next Sunday. Allegiant's gonna shake like it's 76 all over again. Tune in to Raiders Report every week for the breakdowns, the bold takes, and the unbreakable spirit of the team with a commitment to excellence. Win, baby. This is your host, signing off, but remember, the pirate ship sails on. Just win, baby.